To the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com. Yeah, James.
It's his dream. It'd be his dream come true.
Wouldn't it? Oh, man. Before we got started today, as you'll notice, I'm decked out in all my Falcons gear.
Mm-hmm.
It's draft day, James. Draft day.
Is it?
Oh, goddamn right it is. It's draft day, baby.
How fun.
We're talking to our young producer, our young man, about what would happen if Jessie Wiseman came in here and just started spouting off every stat about the draft and Ohio State and everything else.
And I was like, I had the under eye.
Yep. Jersey on, everything.
What are those things called?
Just fucking eye blockers,
Eye darks. What are they?
Yeah.
Eye blacks?
I don't know. It's for the sun, the lights.
I think they're literally called something like this, like
most
eye
everybody
blacks.
plays in a dome in the NFL, so it's kind of worthless. But I would jack right off right here on live on air.
Good to know.
I would pull down my pants.
Good to know what you find.
All the way to my ankles.
Mm-hmm.
Stand up, probably on top of this chair.
Sure.
And it's got wheels on it, so I'm going to have to
really steady yourself.
Really steady myself and focus.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be my cream. Am I saying that wrong?
Your ream?
My cream. My cream. My dream, Jabes.
Ah.
Draft day, baby.
Sure.
For me,
sure.
This is the first sporting event in what seems like 50 years. And I just read an article. This is supposed to be the most heavily bet on NFL draft in the history of football, which I understand. Tonight's live on this channel will be going. It's live at either 7 or 7:30 for the draft. You can bet on all of it on mybookie.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros doubles your deposit. And I had 28 bets is what it was after last night's show. So if you're trying to get a little refresher, just go download last night's Drinkin Bros Sports Companion show. D'Anthony and I went over all of our bets. And we'll be watching this live on air tonight. And I did say if the Falcons were to move up to number 2 and draft Chase Young, my favorite player at Ohio State, I would physically weep. So you should be rooting for that to happen.
So that you cry.
And I'll probably be crying live on air. But for the rest of you sports fans, a little birdie told me Post Malone will be making an appearance during the Dallas Cowboys pick tonight. Assuming they don't trade out of it. So if not.
And is that announced already, or you're just kind of
no
spoiling?
One knows.
Okay.
No one knows, but look.
Is it supposed to be a surprise as to which, like every person's?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you're just spoiling the surprise.
No, we have a lot of Cowboys fans. So
okay.
Giving them a heads up. It's nice. It's nice to be on the know, see what happens. The only thing that people are going to have to be aware of tonight is they have sent camera packages to everybody's house. All the GMs, all that other stuff. So good luck with that.
Sure.
We've been hit and miss on it this week. We've had a lot of guests. We had a huge guest on last night. It's going to be a Sunday night show. It's a banger. And, with the Zoom and the FaceTime and all this other shit, like it is hit and miss on the quality because you're kind of up to somebody else's Wi-Fi and what spot of the house they're in, where they're trying to get away from their kids and shit. Because we have had like guests who are you could physically see them running from room to room to try to get away from their children.
Oh yes.
So imagine a bunch of NFL GMs trying to set up some form of camera. With the third pick in the 2020 draft, the Lions select Jeffrey Okudah from Ohio State University. It's going to be one of those, I think, where you're going to see some blurry. You might see some missed phone calls. And you might see a lot of wild trades just because people have been cooped up in their house and they're fucking bored. I've heard some crazy rumors already today. We'll see what happens tonight, but it'll be fun, and I'm looking forward to it. We'll be heavily drinking and heavily gambling on that tonight. Jabes, Strike Force.
Oh, no.
I'm keyed up, baby.
Strike Force and draft day. This is my lucky
I'm keyed
day.
up. Keyed up like a fucking ex-boyfriend's car after a crazy breakup from a girl. I'm keyed up, Jabes.
Not from a boy.
Not from a boy. Could be from a boy. Could be from a little man.
Yeah, they would key a car too.
We reached peak boredom last night. We want you to know that we are with you.
Oof.
We reached peak boredom last night. It was one of those things where, look, I had heard enough stories about this movie that I was like, nah, I'm not going to watch that.
Right.
And then last night we reached the end of
Our queue. We
did.
reached the end of Netflix and
Hulu,
so
all of it.
Hulu.
We'd finished, and so we went to Showtime, which is another app that I didn't know that I was paying for. Thanks, Japes. And
I make plenty of slices of bacon, bro. And you're happy to have it sometimes, I'm sure.
Well, I wasn't
The
last night.
circus?
It wasn't last night, James.
Every time you're like, let's watch the circus. Do you know where that's coming from? Thin Air? Showtime.
Well, guess what? It's not on. Nothing's on anymore. And to prove that point, we watched Green Book last night.
Green Book.
Green Book.
You guys know that movie where they solved racism.
2019 Best Picture.
Best picture, best
Green Book.
screenplay.
A friend of mine, he wrote it and
look,
produced it. He won 2 Oscars that night. Brian Curry's his
It
name.
was fine, but I think when you watch it through the lens of Best Picture, Best Screenplay, it changes everything.
So I gave it a go. We gave it a go. You checked out. I started narrating it towards the end as Morgan Freeman last night, and
That's
you were
probably
dying
when
laughing.
That's probably when I checked out.
Yeah, because it was reverse driving Miss Daisy.
Or
a
no,
white guy was driving a black man. And
It's the same concept though, which, after it won is when all of the problematic articles came out, and when once it won,
Oof.
it's almost like everyone was like, "Oh shit!" Like,
Yeah.
and
Yep,
it became
yep.
one of the most controversial wins
Best pictures of all time.
only because.
So I looked it up afterwards because it is literally driving Miss Daisy in reverse. That's it. That's all this is. And it is about a black musician who is playing gigs in the South and needs a white driver who is racist. He's from New York and he's racist, and it's Viggo Mortensen. But it might as well have been Morgan Freeman.
Well, it was
driving him around.
It was at a time, I forget what the year was, when everyone was racist, right? So then they had
60s. So it was like 1961.
right.
Yeah.
And so you had every scene was some kind of situation of racism.
Yep. One of the scenes was Viggo Mortensen pulling over to get himself some KFC and then sharing his bucket of KFC with his new black best friend in the back seat, and who had never had fried chicken
who ironically
before. And he said, "This is what your people love."
Right.
That was a
Right.
line in that movie. And he shared his fried chicken with a black man in a back seat, and they bonded over that.
And then spoiler alert,
I was shocked.
he loved it, right? Ooh. What are you saying, Green Book? Now listen.
And then, but here's the thing. Later on in the movie, they go to a house and these with all white people, and they were like, "Oh, we'd love to have you for dinner or whatever." And they were like, "We made you some." It was a Southern guy. "Oh, we made you some fried chicken."
No, so we asked our help. What our guest would enjoy.
Yeah. And they said you would love some fried chicken. I was like, oh, no, man. Oh, I cringed, but
Now
I was
look.
waiting to see what would happen. And in this scene, Mahershala Ali looks over at Viggo Mortensen. He was like, wink, I've already had fried chicken with you.
I do love it.
I do love fried chicken. Thanks for giving this to me.
So they solved it. Do you know what I mean? Like they solved racism in this movie.
Yes.
And it's over now.
Yeah.
So because of this kind of stuff where... And, the problematic thing, this happened with Driving Miss Daisy, though, and a lot of people not recently, but came out as just being like, the idea being that it's, racism could be over if we just, got to know one good one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If we were just forced to be in in a car for a long time
Yeah.
with someone that we didn't like,
Oh, yeah.
then then we can kind of bust open this whole thing, and that's not it.
No, it is. It is it, you know? Oh, now I'm changed. I appreciate you driving me around, and I'm a changed man.
Right.
Together, we're going to solve racism together.
Right.
The whole thing just should have been narrated by Morgan Freeman, and at the end, you know, obviously racism is solved, and he has
It's over
Christmas
now.
dinner with the white family, and
But you know, it was
everything was
over.
fine.
It was over when Driving Miss Daisy happened. So
Yeah.
like,
You know the weird part, by the way, because you were sleeping during this, but afterwards they showed the real people, you know, that this was based on. And they were like, yeah, you know, they still remain friends to this day. But the white guy went back and worked at a nightclub like 3 months later, and it was, you know.
oh, but what do you mean?
It just
Did
took
you
this
expect
one
them-
driving gig. Yeah, I thought it was going to be his driver for the rest of his life, or they were going to be bros, you know.
Oh, no. He
Beef
moved on to the
fries.
next, yeah.
Yeah, and he just, no, he went
'Cause
back
I'm
to
sure
work at
he
the white
didn't-
nightclub that he
I'm sure he didn't.
wasn't working at.
I'm sure he didn't love his fucking antics.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? In real life.
All of it was hilarious and awful at the same time. But yes, racism did get solved. And I look back at it now because I remember that year, I think Black Klansman was up against it from Spike Lee. And I believe Spike Lee walked out when they announced that as Best Picture because he was livid about it.
Oh, right.
Kind of understand now.
Now I understand it.
Yeah.
Before I thought it was just like being a little bitch.
So then I did a little deep dive in it to see what others were saying, you know, now that it's been some time, because a lot of these things, you know, it happens, you know, Best Picture is announced, and then you have some time to think about it, and you're like, fuck, we made a mistake there. So here were the movies, and I'm curious if they're yours. They said other Best Pictures that were a mistake. Crash was one of them. Brendan Fraser.
I can't go against the phrase.
I liked Crash.
Yeah,
Like,
I liked Crash too, so I didn't.
thought it was fine for that year.
Yeah, I
American Beauty was on this list.
Of movies that shouldn't have won?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely not.
Well, that was on there, and then the other one was
Absolutely
The Artist,
not.
the all black and white movie that
Didn't
was,
like that one.
Not a non-talkie. If you
Didn't
will.
like it.
Yeah.
But hey, everyone else did, so.
So those were the ones that people were bitching about. But I liked Crash. I forget what American Beauty was up against that year, but you know, I think with Green Book, looking back at it, it was up against A Star Is Born. A Star Is Born should have been Best Picture that year, in my opinion. Or Black Panther was up for it that year. The Black Panther was fucking awesome.
Black Panther was going to get it.
It was great. So either one of those two I would have been fine with, but the problem is now with these movies, they're just not making this type of shit, so like it's gonna get bleaker and bleaker like going forward. What was Best Picture this year? You remember?
No.
Remember the year before it was Moonlight,
Well, I remember the Moonlight.
whatever.
It was Parasite.
That's right, it was Parasite. It was the fucking worst.
We saw that one too and felt
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah.
I felt the same. I was very confused. And people still, like, again, people still love it. They still cite it as, like, the best.
No, it's
and
the worst. Terrible.
I'm being punked.
Terrible. But that's what you're kind of up against here for the remainder of the fucking next, 10 years. I don't know what you're gonna do. I don't know who greenlights that shit anymore. You know? Because I was looking at it. I was trying to look at that movie objectively last night and think about, all right, why did Viggo Mortensen take this? He had to put on like 50 pounds or whatever. And it was like,
he looks
well,
so uncomfortable.
it's a lead in a studio drama, and they don't make those anymore. So
right.
yeah,
so
you
you
take that.
gotta take. You have
gotta
to
take
take
it.
that, and you go to the Oscars. And
same
you
with
accept your
Mahershala
fucking
Ali.
award.
Yeah. You do that. So I can't even fault the actors or anything. Like, you have to do that these days because there's nothing left. Nothing. So yeah. Green Book, we've reached the end. Therefore, tonight's NFL draft, blackouts. Probably be calling an Uber. We'll be live all night tonight, so you can watch your favorite players. Looking on the message boards here, see Bayou Brook is in here. There's an over-under for LSU tonight on LSU players drafted tonight. It's 5.5 in the first round tonight. So if you're a fan of LSU, Ohio State, Alabama, Clemson, there's gonna be a lot of players drafted tonight. A lot of fun. And I'm glad because there's a lot of star power in this draft.
Right.
Which some drafts is hit and miss. Luckily this year there's a lot of star power, so it should be fun all the way through. And pretty pumped about that. Condolences to Elizabeth Warren. I heard she just lost her brother to the coronavirus.
That's sad.
It is. He was 86 years old. So
I found out my dad was 68.
yeah, you did find that out.
I found that out because he was like, heard your podcast.
He did?
Well, I told him to. I said, I gave you a little shout out. And he was like, by the way, I'm 68. So I'm 2 years away from my life being over, apparently. Remember when I said that? So
I think my parents said the
joking.
same thing. They're like, you want us to die? Is that what it is? Like, you want us to go outside? And I was just like, no, just stay inside. But, you don't have to work right now. Like,
you could stay inside.
Stay inside. Stay inside.
Just know your age and know your health.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. Jessie's going to Georgia to get her hair cut,
Yeah.
on Monday.
So, and I'm going to bowl, probably get a couple
couple frames in.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this. President Trump got on last night and said, look, man, I think it's up to the states to open up. He goes, I would not necessarily recommend barbershops and nail salons and tattoo parlors. But the rest of it, fine. That's a little much, she said. People can wait a couple more weeks for that. But
what else would be opening then?
What do you mean?
Like if you're not opening nail salons, hair salons, tattoo.
Every other business is open.
So clothing.
Restaurant, clothing, yeah, all that stuff.
Restaurants, you think?
Yeah. Yeah.
Before a hair salon.
Trying to keep it at a safe distance,
So a hair salon can book the appointments as they
I'm with you. I think it's
wish.
the closeness of the people to you is what they're probably saying. You know what I'm saying? It's like a hairstylist has got to physically put their hands on you.
Right.
So does a nail salon and tattoo artist and all that shit. So I think that's more or less what they're more concerned about, where a bowling alley is probably the cleanest place on the face of the planet,
Yeah, I mean, a restaurant, it's going to be hard.
But a bowling alley, you share shoes that other people have worn for 10 years, so you're fine, probably fine, balls that have had more fingers inside of them than Jenna Jameson, and probably fine,
Mm-hmm.
Bowling alley's a great place for it, There's nothing like slipping on a dirty pair of Velcro shoes, putting your fingers in a bunch of balls to see if they fit, and then getting some cheese fries from the old snack bar, dipping your digits in there, and then
just like this.
Yeah, sucking on your fingers, Yeah. Oh, is it my turn to bowl? And then boom.
Ew.
Strike, James. Strike.
Ew.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen with any of this. Fuck, man. You talk to two different people in the same state, they're going to give you two different answers. So who knows? Who knows? And then, China is like, there's new cases in some fucking city. So
here we go again.
Just bomb China and get it over with. I know I've said it before, but let's end it. Let's end it, brother.
Hey, bro.
But yeah, looking forward to tonight. Finally, a little excitement back in my life. What are you gonna watch when I'm away? What are you gonna watch when the doctor's away?
Tonight?
Yeah.
Probably some kind of thing about the Windsors, House of Windsor.
Is there more?
Oh, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
I feel like it's making a huge comeback, man.
Oh, yes.
Royalty, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Not Meghan.
No.
But everyone else.
Queen turned 94. She's still rocking it.
Still rocking it.
She had another birthday, surprisingly. Man, that's crazy, isn't it?
Prince Charles, still alive.
Chucky.
He
Prince Chucky. Still alive.
still alive. Got through the COVID. Got on the other side.
Yeah.
Older guy.
Older guy, yeah. Oh, made it. So
Made
did Boris
it,
Johnson.
Didn't
He
give
made
it to anyone else, surprisingly. So
Boris Johnson made it. Well, I think he had it. I think they all fucking had it, to be honest with you. How the Queen didn't get it, I don't know.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Who knows? By the way, Tampa Bay, Tom Brady. Tom Brady's just not having any luck in Tampa, by the way.
Yeah.
Zero whatsoever. Walked into a stranger's house on accident yesterday. Fully walked in. And luckily the guy was cool and was just like, holy shit, Tom Brady?
I mean, how could you not be cool? But yeah.
I was trying to think about it. He's one of those, and the guy was like, oh shit. To Tom's credit, though, I will say this. I looked at the picture of the outside house. He was going to his offensive coordinator's house to pick up a playbook. They showed a picture of the outside houses. They're identical, and they're both like facing the same way. And you're like, easy mistake on that one.
Sure.
Easy mistake on that one. But not having a lot of luck in Tampa. Tom Brady, though, is one of those people who could walk into anyone's house, and I don't think anybody's going to fuck with him anywhere on earth.
No.
Like
Tom Brady?
Ghetto,
I mean,
even the ghetto, you'd be like, oh, shit, Tom Brady.
You'd think, but he can't go to a park.
No, you can't work out in a park now, but you can walk in anybody's house. You're fine if you're Tom Brady.
I guess.
I was trying to think about this because there was an old story about Howard Cosell, that sports announcer. The white sports announcer who talked like this.
Okay.
He was probably the most famous one of all time for years and years and years, right? He was out one night after a Monday Night Football gig, and was like, I can go anywhere. I'm beloved by anyone. I can go anywhere. Mm-hmm. And they drove into the ghetto. They'd had a few drinks, and somebody drove him into the ghetto to test out his theory. Mm-hmm. And there was two people fighting. Like a bunch of people circled up, and these kids fighting in the street. He just walks right out of the limo and broke up this fight. And everybody's like, oh, shit, that's Howard Cosell.
Really?
Yeah, old white man with a wig. And, he's one of those people. I think there is people that just transcend where you're like, oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You know? Tom Brady's definitely that dude. Celebrity-wise,
yeah,
probably B. Pitt.
Yeah. I think
if Brad Pitt walked in, you'd be like, oh, shit.
Brad Pitt, I think, can move in a bunch of different circles for sure. Yeah, yeah.
I saw him at Kanye's Sunday service, one of those, and I was like...
Seemed fine. Seemed totally normal.
Yeah, I didn't bat an eye. I was like,
he
of
can
course,
date
Brad
like
Pitt.
a young hipster. He can be spotted with...
He can do anything he wants.
Anything. He could be spotted anywhere with anyone. And you'd be like, yep. Mm-hmm. No matter what. Know what I mean?
I feel like Taylor Swift could probably get away with it anywhere. You think?
No.
No, huh?
No.
What about pop star wise? Who do you think that is?
That can go anywhere and do anything?
Yeah, right now. Post Malone, I think.
Post Malone, Beyonce, Gaga.
Beyonce, yeah. If Beyonce walked into a house, you'd be like, oh, shit, it's Beyonce.
Gaga transcends. I think she could be anywhere doing anything, and people are like, yep. Like, yeah. That seems right.
All right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Maybe. I couldn't see her just walking through the ghetto, though, and people would be like, cool, it's Lady Gaga.
I think so.
Think so?
Well,
who knows?
Maybe not.
Who knows? But I was trying to think. I was like, dude, if Tom Brady walked in my house, I'd be like, oh, shit, what's up, man?
Yeah.
You know?
I think that's a pretty normal reaction.
Probably give him a Sammy. Have you make it. You know, have him make it.
You'd have me make it? No.
Hey, Tom Brady, holy shit. What are you doing? Hang on, man. You hungry? I let my wife make you a sandwich. You know?
One of those. Just old school. You've been watching Green Book too long. You see Green Book a couple more times.
Yeah. Hey, have a seat. Let my wife make you a sandwich and get you a drink.
Oof.
Good?
Oof.
Honey, go in the kitchen and make Tom Brady a sandwich and get him something to drink.
Can you imagine I just talk shit to you in front of him? You're like... I'm like, make you a sandwich? Please.
He wouldn't take it.
What?
All he eats is TB12. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
But I'd still want you to make it for him. You know.
Yeah.
James, we gotta keep our rep. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta make him a Sambo for the road. You know, pack it up. Pack it up. Write his number on it.
Fuck. Offer him a drink or something. I'm not doing that.
I want a full Sammy. I want a 6-stacker. I want one of those.
Oh, like a club
deli
style, like a deli club with a piece of bread in the middle part.
I want toothpicks throughout it. You know, roast beef sandwiches. One of those gigantic from like Greenblatt's Deli or something like that. Katzinger's Deli, one of those, and be like, oh,
sure.
damn, man, here we go. Tampa Bay.
I really wish you would work on that
What?
situation. The Tampa thing?
Love it. I love it. You know who had that shirt yesterday?
Huh.
Brendan Schaub. And I
Of
was
what?
like, he had the Tampa Bay
okay.
shirt on. I said, God damn it, man. Where'd you get that?
Right.
I'm not even a Tom Brady fan, but I wanted that shirt.
Yeah.
You get shit in advance. It was pretty cool.
That's sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. So that's probably going to become a thing.
Shall we talk about Val Kilmer's memoir?
You want to?
I don't know.
Let's fire away. I got an email about it yesterday.
What do you mean you got an email about it?
One of our friends, Leroy Petrie, is friends with him, and we I don't know if we've told this story about not going to Val Kilmer's house that night.
I think we have. It's one of our greatest regrets.
Yeah, we were shooting Range 15. The hours were super late, as they always are in any independent film. Obviously, I think we were on hour like 15 that day, and afterwards, you know. When actors come in and do like a day on a movie, they go out and party afterwards because it's like, fuck, this was awesome.
Yeah,
Let's
they don't
rage.
have to get back up and do it again.
Right. You were one of the leads of the movie, and obviously I directed it, so I had to, my hours were crazy every single day. And I was like, and he goes, hey man, you want to go to Val Kilmer's house tonight? Friends with Val Kilmer. And I was like, he just wants to have us over for, some coffee and drinks and whatever. And I was like, man, I would love to. And it also sounded unbelievable too.
Yeah.
So I was like,
and it was one of the things where like, are you really though? Like, are we going to get there? And it's going to be like, no, not really. Or he's not there, whatever.
Yeah. Not only were they friends, but the people that did go was like, I don't know, 5 or 6 of our friends went, and they were there till like 3:30 in the morning. We had a call time at like, I think 6:30 or 7. So
it was always,
it wouldn't have been sweet anyways.
Yeah.
But they were like, yeah, man, fucking Val was awesome. Signed Doc Holliday shit, and it was rad. And then he was like, he'll sign something for you, and I was like, awesome, man, that'd be great. And so it's right behind me.
Yeah.
He signed the tombstone picture for me, but I didn't get to meet him. He just sent it in the mail, and I was like, damn it, man, I wish I would have met him.
Mm-hmm.
But it's either beaten it or still going through chemo, like cancer treatments.
Mm-hmm.
And he has to wear the scarf. He's got a hole.
Mm-hmm.
One of those trachea
Mm-hmm.
holes. So not real sure what the conversation or how everything went, but they said he was a great guy. And now he's got a memoir coming out called I'm Your Huckleberry.
Mm-hmm. Which is great.
Yeah.
Great name.
Great name. Have you read any excerpts of it yet?
I haven't. I've just kind of gotten some highlights of things that he talks about. So he dishes on every relationship that he's been in or hasn't been in or regrets or whatever. So Daryl Hannah is one of his biggest romantic regrets.
Why?
So I think he basically fucked this up to be with Angelina Jolie.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
She's the devil, man. She's got
everybody.
when
When people ask me what Angelina Jolie is like, I always say she's like other women and other superstars, but just more gorgeous, more wise, more tragic, more magic. He was just like completely.
Everybody is, man. I don't
really?
Get it. Yes. She took
I
Brad,
guess.
Look, she took Brad Pitt too, man.
Yeah.
What do you took B Pitt from Jay Anus?
He just said that she drives people crazy, which I mean.
No shit.
Hey.
She's nuts, man. I told you the one time I met her was I brought them a plate of food. They asked me to bring it to the limo, and it was when she was dating Billy Bob Thornton, and they were both wearing each other's bloods.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were like, yeah, they're in the back. Just open the limo door. So I opened the door, and they're fully going at it, like aggressively making out in the back seat of this thing, and just here's your food. Yeah, it's super strange, but she's one of the people back in the day. She did not give a fuck. So like this whole Mother Teresa bullshit that she does, like maybe it's new. I don't know. I don't even know if it's real, to be honest with you.
I don't know.
But she's the Black Widow, dude. Like she's whoever she's gone after, she's gotten. So Val Kilmer, huh?
Huh? Val Kilmer and her, yeah. And then Cher was one of Kilmer's formative romances.
Ooh,
they met when he was
older.
21 and she was in her mid-30s.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh, yes.
I bet you Cher got down, too.
Cher helped Kilmer through his cancer. When Kilmer was diagnosed with throat cancer in 2015, Cher was by his side.
Okay.
In Terrasant.
Yeah.
Kilmer was visited by an angel. He's like this Christian Scientist guy, so he's going to go into a lot of weird shit like that. He begged to be in the Top Gun sequel.
Yes, that's true. And
did he ended up being?
He did. So he's got a cameo
he is in it. Okay.
And he had gone on Twitter actually and said, "Hey man, I'm ready to do this," and blah 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 blah. It wasn't as if they were going to leave him out. It was simply for the fact of with this hole in his throat, and like they didn't know his health and what to do with him because
you have to insure people,
and he can't speak really well. So it's kind of a mystery as to what they're gonna do and whatever. But I'm amped, and I know he did shoot the cameo, so he is in the movie.
Okay, yeah, I mean, exactly. Like, you know, you have to make sure that someone else is cool with it, because even who was the girl that was in Top Gun?
Oh, Kelly McGillis.
Yeah.
No.
So she famously, someone called, she was talking to some, whatever, ET extra or something like that about being in the sequel. And she's like, no, I am not going to be in the sequel. I am old. I am fat. I look my age.
Yep.
And everyone in that movie is not really like that.
She was honest.
She was honest.
Yeah.
And she's like, fuck this.
She was
no.
like, nah, they didn't ask me to do that shit.
Nope, didn't ask me to do it. I'm not really fitting the brand because I look my age, which was a big like. Because I think, are her and Tom Cruise the same age? I don't know.
No. So he's probably mid-50s. I think she's like 63.
Okay, and then
she's a little older than
maybe Kilmer's
Tomboy.
The same age. I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah, Kilmer's definitely older.
Right.
So,
and I don't know. He just dishes Cindy Crawford he dated. Like, it's more, he names names.
Okay. Who
Let's
else?
leave it at that.
Who else?
Ellen Barkin.
E-Barks, huh?
Carly Simon.
No shit.
Yeah. Angelina Jolie, Cher, Hannah, Daryl Hannah. Yeah. Which I find interesting.
Here's the interesting part about Val Kilmer to me was infamously he was very difficult to work with, and everyone said that across the board.
Yeah.
After he got cancer, he is affable, he is likable, he will reach out to anybody on Twitter. Like you could hit up Val Kilmer on Twitter and he'll answer you.
Yeah.
And has a totally different perspective on life. Going to the Christian Science thing. He had cancer for a long time, a very, very, very long time. He thought he could heal it with like turquoise stones and other shit in New Mexico. And he spent the majority of his fortune on land in New Mexico. Mm-hmm. And at one point, he had owned like 17 and a half miles worth of like real estate. Yeah. It was crazy. And all this other shit. And little by little, he had to get rid of it over the years. And I heard it was his daughter who finally talked him into like, hey, man,
you actually need to.
You cannot heal this with stones. You're going to have to go to a doctor to figure out this cancer sitch. And by that point, I don't want to say it was too late because he's still alive, but he definitely, has trouble speaking and all that other stuff because it was throat cancer.
Right.
So I don't know, but Daryl Hannah, huh? That's a big one.
Yeah, I think he dated a lot of big ones because...
No, but you said that was the biggest regret, right?
Yeah.
And now she's with...
Neil
Young, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're just fucking cool as fuck.
Sure.
They seem like.
Why not? At that age, you both have money.
Yeah, they used to go to the Deer Lodge in Ojai.
Doing drugs, drinking. That's all they're doing.
Willie Nelson's son, who's from Ojai and has a band that like plays out there.
Yeah.
And they would like come up and just they just looked so cool, so good.
Yeah.
Like they wore like vintage clothes well. Do you know what I mean? Like you could tell that those clothes were like.
Might have been real.
Real what?
Real vintage clothes.
Like
it might have been their actual clothes from like 30 years ago. And
yeah.
Just like, oh,
but
shit,
that's the kind
these?
of thing. Or it was like, a Nordstrom buy for like like $400 like worn leather jacket kind of thing. But it looked like it was really from the day.
Yeah.
They're just fucking awesome.
There's people who can live that life where it's just they're cool.
Yeah, it doesn't look weird. You're not like, oh, wow, you're really fucking trying. It's just like that's exactly what you would expect.
The sad thing for me about Val Kilmer is like, man, was there a guy that was cooler than that? And then now he looks like, someone's grandfather who's in a nursing home, and you're just like, shit, man.
Right.
Because that guy was the coolest. I mean, you go to Tombstone, even the Saints, which they're remaking right now. They're remaking the Saints.
Are they?
Yeah, it's going to be Chris Pine. They just announced it yesterday.
Nothing of the sort.
Snooze Patrol.
Nothing of the sort. Not compared to Val Kilmer, not for 1 second.
Top Gun, Real Genius, The Doors. Like, Val Kilmer was the coolest.
Oh, yeah. Fucking Willow.
Yeah.
Dude, Mad Mardigan is one of the best characters ever written and portrayed.
If you are new to this show, Jessie will try anything to throw a Willow reference in every show.
Mad
is that your
Mardigan.
Boy? Who is the midget in that?
What do you mean?
What
was his name?
Yeah,
it's like Peter.
Didn't he have the show?
Yeah, he had Life is Short.
Yeah.
That Ricky Gervais did with him.
We can't remember his name.
So good.
So great. We watched the whole series and we can't remember his name.
Oh, God.
You're a gigantic Willow fan.
Oh, my God. I love Willow. Always the beginning scene where they push that old lady pushes those two babies out into the river and then she gets eaten by the wolves.
Yeah.
Oh.
Still gets you to this day.
To this day, I'm still like, oh my God. And then they're just like floating down and it's like these two dwarf babies and they're real dwarf babies.
Yeah.
You can even tell as a baby.
Yeah,
you can even tell as a little kid.
Yeah.
Their dwarfism.
Yeah.
So cute.
Yeah.
So cute.
And
I had a crush. I had a crush on Willow.
The actual Willow?
As a younger Warwick Davis as a young kid because he was my
height.
Size.
Right. And when you found out he was a little person, what happened there with that crush?
Nothing. I mean, I don't think I really even put the two together because it was such like a different, Tyrus Lee and like it was just like a mythical, like different world that I didn't like put that together. I was just like, I'm in love with Willow, whatever that means.
Sure. So today, if we weren't married, Willow came
would
up
I
to
be
you in the
with
street?
a little person?
No,
I'm not
sure. Would you
sure.
give it a go for the night?
I'm not sure.
Okay, that's weird.
I'm not sure. For sure.
I'm a giant man, right? So I've thought about this. I couldn't do it. I'm just too tall.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're smaller.
I mean, I'm not jonesing for it. That's for sure. Like I'm not wanting to.
Well, you're only 3 inches taller than the legal
5'2".
maximum
Yeah,
height
5'2".
for a midget. So it would make more sense for you. He's probably what, 4'8"?
Yeah,
somewhere in there. Yeah, that's not that crazy.
No,
if you're wearing flats out,
Sure.
More or less just another little buddy for you. Oh, he's 3. Alex just said he's 3'6". Sorry about that.
Warwick Davis. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's
he looks great though.
He's 2 feet smaller than you. Okay. You changing your tune now, or?
I had the same tune. You're actually making my tune something different than it actually is. I've been singing the same song, friend. And you somehow are making it like I'd be cool with it, and I wouldn't.
James.
You know?
I'm just saying.
You're just saying.
How far did the crush
You're just
go?
in your... When I was a child, like when I was that size and I didn't understand what that even meant. Do you know what I mean? When I was like, oh, he's cute. And he was cute.
Yeah, no. I get it. He had long flowing hair and, the whole thing.
Younger guy. I mean...
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure.
Accent, British accent. I mean,
Really?
hello, he had all of the elements.
All of the features you were looking for,
Yeah.
in a man.
Yeah.
All right. Just checking, Just checking your Willow temp.
Sure.
See where it's at,
Sure.
We get some sponsors, but this whole shit wagon on the air. James talking about ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. First and foremost. Woo! Sleep so good, it's scary.
Ooh.
It is scary, James. Damn it.
I'm going to sleep so good tonight.
Damn it. I'm going to miss it tonight,
Yeah.
Because after the draft, I'll probably be roaming the streets.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Wasted?
Bottle in hand, celebrating whatever the Falcons did, Hopefully they do something tonight.
Sure.
But if you're at home right now and you're not in a ghost bed, you should get one. It's quarantines right now, and we don't know when other states are going to open except for Tennessee, South Carolina, and Georgia. 25% off everything in the store. Pillows, mattresses, sheets, adjustable bases, you name it. You're getting 5% off there. As always, the 36-month pay-as-you-go program is applicable. So go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today and get on it. Next up, we get expressvpn.com/revolution, Jabes. How do you feel?
What?
How do you feel
About
the ExpressVPN?
I feel good.
Feel safe.
I feel safe.
Yep.
I feel like it's gonna protect me from me.
They're gonna
just
wrap
being
you up.
because I'm very willy-nilly
Yeah.
with like giving out number, email, like signing up for everything. Like I could be phished very easily. Do you know what I mean? Oh, this random email needs my fucking bank account and password. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And PIN number? Cool. I
Yeah.
guess they just lost it.
Yeah. You're a real simpleton.
So ExpressVPN, thank God.
Yeah, expressvpn.com/revolution is here to save the day. Seamless app that runs in the background of all your electronic devices, iPhones, iPads, laptops, desktops, everything. And also, look, if you got firewalls at work, it breaks the firewalls. You can watch porn, watch Netflix, watch the draft tonight, whatever you're doing. Hell yeah, dude. Go to expressvpn.com/revolution today. $7 a month. If you sign up for a year, you get 3 free months at expressvpn.com/Drinkin Bros. Next up, we get strikeforceenergy.com.
Boom, 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 boom. Shabloinkers.
These little guys are getting me through the night tonight. It's going to be a long night tonight. What if I just blacked out live on air?
Tonight. I think you probably are going to.
Be great. Head face down.
I think you're probably going to.
Hope so. Probably start around the news time today. We're going to do Drinkin Bros fake news today,
And take that into the draft? Take your drinking all the way
Probably.
into the draft?
We usually do that show around 2:30.
Wow.
Take it all the way into the draft. James, we have not had sports back in a long time, hombre.
Yeah.
StrikeForceEnergy.com has got 4 amazing flavors: grape, ridge, lemon, orange, and then we dance. No carbs, no sugars, lasts longer than 5-hour energy, and it gets you all jacked up for the nights. I get this 40-pack. Subscription of the month, I've had it for 4 years. It just comes. Grapes, my jam. Changed my mind. Go to StrikeForceEnergy.com.
You do hate when people say change my mind or fight me.
Fight me. Change my mind. Change my mind. People hate him for this one simple trick. Use the promo code REVOLUTION at StrikeForceEnergy.com. Free shipping. And it's cheap as shit. Knocks off 20%. And the subscription of the month is the jam. Last but not least, talking about StraightRazors.com, Jabes.
Ooh, that's a clean cut. Smooth. Oh, you right!
jobless.
Ugh.
Wuhan. We need to get a button in here for all these noises. I like to have a nice Wuhan button.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Sweet. StraightRazors.com's got everything you need to be a real man in this life. Look, the stores are still sold out of shaving products. You got to get them online. Go to StraightRazors.com. They got safety razors. They got the normal razors and all that bullshit as well. And they got aftershave, cologne. Anything you need to smell great. Be a real live boy. Go to StraightRazors.com today. Promo code REVOLUTION for 20% off. Mimi and Dee. So this is breaking news. The U.S. Congress is back in session right now. I'm looking at the live feed here, and it looks like the movie Contagion in here. Man, it's strange. Pelosi, every single person is wearing a mask on the floor. Boy.
Well, yeah.
It's weird, man. It's an eerie picture. I'm sure this is going to be floating around the rest of the day, but yeah, man. Everybody, every single person is wearing masks. Like, are we China? What are we doing? And then there's underneath it, there's a photo of Jersey Mike's, which I love. I love the sandwich chain Jersey Mike's.
Yes.
They make a hell of a sandwich.
Oh, yes.
I'm a big fan of Jersey Mike's. They're not a sponsor. I wish they were. I'd eat one live on air and enjoy myself.
And people would definitely want to see that.
They would want to listen to that and see it. They're bitching because they were not wearing masks at LAX today. So there's Jersey Mike's instead of LAX, and they're just making sandwiches without mask-ons.
Oh, without mask?
Without their masks gone.
Okay.
Which they were like, oh, that's how rude, how crazy. For me, because obviously the coronavirus hasn't affected my life at all, and I've just been walking into every store possible. I've never worn a mask. I refuse to do it, and
sure,
I've already had it, so who cares? I've seen hit and miss. Like, you know, I walked in. I was in Publix 2 nights ago, and the manager of the store, I won't say which Publix it is in case they're listening and they get all beefed off, you know, by it. But homeboy was having a conversation with his employee, taking his mask off, and was just, you know, chatting. Maybe they were about to close or whatever, but I was getting some chicky nuggies. I was getting some nuggies, #NugLife. And I looked over at him, and he kind of like, there was like a look of fear in his eyes of like whether I was going to say anything. I was like, I don't fucking care, bro.
Right.
Do whatever you want.
Right.
You know? But I've been getting looks here and there of like, you're not wearing one. But I would say this, it's hit and miss. Like half the employees were wearing masks, half of them weren't. Like,
yeah, it really is just divided, and it's all, you know, what you believe and what you feel like you want to do.
Yeah, so they're giving this guy shit here at Jersey Mike's at LAX, and it's like, hey, bro, just know that I support you. I would have ordered a sandwich at LAX today from you. I probably would have said, don't even dip a butter knife in that Dijon. Just go ahead and stick a finger in there and apply it across the sandwich. I don't care.
Apply it across the sandwich.
Just use your index finger and give me a little Dijon right down the middle there, because I don't care.
Gross.
You know? Gross. And I'm still in the camp that, look, I think healthcare workers need these masks more than everybody else. Now, I understand why the Senate's wearing them, because every single elected official is 70 years old.
Sure.
So, of course, they would
be
need it.
safe.
Pelosi's fucking 80.
Oh, yes.
You know she's 80 years old?
I thought she was older than that.
80.
Okay. So she was
80 years old.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm surprised they're going back, but I guess they have to. So I guess they couldn't do it on Zoom, you know?
Can you imagine? Literally, they could not get it working. They could not get it working.
Yeah, so we'll see. James, you got a crime corner today?
I do.
Yeah. Crime corner. Crime corner.
Crime corner. So, Danielle, I'm going to do yours tomorrow. Man shoots himself in penis while robbing hot dog stand in Chicago. Good for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So a 19-year-old man who shot himself in the penis after allegedly holding up a South Side hot dog stand Tuesday won't be going home when he's released from the hospital, unfortunately, right?
Did he shoot the whole dong off, or?
Yeah, so
That happens.
Tyrion Pouncey? Tyrion Pouncey.
Yeah.
That's his name.
Sure. Tyrion.
Tyrion Pouncey.
Okay. Tyrion. That's a nice one. That's a nice name. You don't hear that very often.
You really don't. And
or
then
ever.
Pouncey, I don't know what that where his family's from. Remained at Christ Hospital recovering from his injuries on Thursday, missing a bond hearing at the criminal courthouse on 2 counts of armed robbery. So Pouncey was arrested at the hospital not long after he was found slumped on the steps of a home across the street from West Pullman restaurant that Chicago police say he robbed at gunpoint.
Sure.
And
then he how did
he was unable to run further because of the pain of a self-inflicted gunshot wound suffered when he tried to adjust the .38 caliber pistol in his waistband as he ran off after the robbery. Pouncey had pulled out the gun and demanded cash from the 2 employees.
Yep. Stuffed his gun back in his pants and blew his dick off, right?
No, so then he was caught, and then when he was running away, put his gun in his pants.
In his pants and blew his dick off.
And blew his penis. Well, shot himself in the penis.
Sure.
It struck him in the penis. Yeah, they're not really saying the state of the penis. Is that what you were asking?
Yeah. I really want to know the state
you
of the
really
penis.
wanted to know the
Is the penis in the ICU is what I need to know here today.
Sure. The penis, he is with his penis, Pouncey.
Okay.
Pouncey is with his penis in the hospital, and when he is released, he will not be going home. He will be going to jail.
Okay, so is the penis reattached? Is it sewed back on? What are they doing with that thing?
Look.
How old is he?
19.
Ah, fuck. That hurts, man. Losing your dick at 19.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
James, that's a game changer. Probably should have led with that one, you know? Oh,
yeah.
Damn it, man.
Yeah.
That's a rough age to lose it, too. That's right when you start using it, you know? Really using it.
Yeah.
Damn it, man.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see a world where you shoot your penis and it, stays all cool.
You could nick it. Yeah, it's
38.
a 38. Yeah,
it blew it
off. Yeah, it's
at that close range.
Yeah, blew it off.
Do you know what I mean? It's like you could maybe get shot in the penis from really far away with what do you say, a 22, something like this?
No, James.
But a 38
Yeesh.
point blank right at the shaft, you are
Ooh.
not getting out of there you're not leaving the hospital with a sweet penis, with an all good situation.
No, I don't even know how you keep both testicles in a sitch like that.
Depends. I mean,
reels.
what really happened. They're not going into total detail. I think with this one, they really were loving the headline.
Yeah.
Which is he held up a hot dog stand and then lost his.
Yeah, and blew his penis
and then
off.
blew his hot dog off. You know what I mean?
You're not making a lot of money at a hot dog stand too. That's not a hot spot for
hot dog restaurant. Now,
either way, hot dogs are super cheap. Not a lot of money in the register at a hot dog shop.
Actually, though, I mean, you never know because it's cash. You know what I'm saying? You don't usually swipe a card for a hot dog.
What's a hot dog?
You're definitely
$3? No,
yeah,
I'm
but you're
looking
gonna
at the
give that
cost
cash
of the hot dog though. The cost of the hot dog. You want to rob something higher end. If he blew his dick off robbing a jewelry store, you'd be like, all right, I understand that grab.
Yeah, but I don't think a
hot dog
jewelry
stand?
store is keeping that much cash on hand.
Yeah.
Whereas a hot dog stand, it's they're just dealing dollars all day, you know.
Did he have a dog on him? Did he take a dog with him?
No, he didn't get a dog. He was definitely he definitely wanted money.
Okay, so he had no dog in that fight.
And he continues to not have any dog.
Okay.
He blew it off.
Is the penis resting comfortably in the hospital? Do we know? We
Look,
know
bro.
nothing about where that penis is.
Look, bro, I told you all I know about the guy's penis. Okay.
All right, James. I'm here to ask the tough questions that others will not ask. You know.
Yeah.
I want to know where that penis lieth.
Penis lieth. Yeah, for sure. So
Shit. It's more common, by the way.
Anytime you shoot yourself in the crotch, and it's fairly common.
It is actually, and Alec, you can attest to this. Like a lot of people stick their gun down the front of their pants. Like,
why can Alec attest to this?
He's a big gun guy. Alec, you're a big gun guy.
Usually people have a holster. He's an idiot for putting a gun down.
Yeah. I agree.
Holsters are expensive, and
But
if you're
I remember,
holding up a hot dog stand,
yeah, I remember when Plaxico
probably don't have a lot of
Burress
money.
did that at a club. The wide
Yes.
receiver for the Giants
Yes.
fucking shot himself in the leg. It's more common than you think. Not a great place to put a gun down the front of your pants.
gosh,
Ever in this world, especially right by your penis. You know, that's the most
and to like run
sacred
and stuff, and I don't know.
body part you have.
Very strange job.
Very strange.
Yeah.
Man, R.I.P. to his penis.
Because it is definitely gone.
Yeah. Pouncy,
Now talking it out, and talking about like the caliber and close range and things like this.
Terrium, yeah.
Gone.
Yeah, it's gone. Yeesh.
Terrian Pouncey.
At 19.
Terrian Pouncey at 19.
Penisless at 19. Cockless in Seattle. Is it Seattle or Chicago?
Chicago.
Even better.
Yeah.
Cockless in Chicago. You know? I'd like to see Tom Hanks in that movie.
Would you?
Meg Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Hanks in that, you know?
Cockless.
Cockless in Chicago.
And it's just about the true story of Pouncey trying to find love after.
After missing a dick. Remember the Bobbit sitch?
I do remember the Bobbit sit. I'm fascinated with the Bobbit sit.
He's got the dick back on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's got it sewn back
They
on.
found it.
Yeah.
So the best part of that story is that situation. The best part of the story is picturing Lorena holding the penis and driving. There's that.
Yep.
Throwing.
She threw it. She
threw it into a field.
A field, yeah.
And then the cops somehow got it out of her where she threw it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just like police walking through a field looking for a
Looking
guy's
for a dick.
penis with such like time restraint.
Yeah.
The doctor is like waiting at the hospital. He was woken up and was like, I guess I'm going to fucking do this. But the only thing you need to do is find this fucking dick, bro. Find this dick.
Makes
so
me
put a
uneasy
bolo.
talking about it.
They put a bolo out on his dick.
It's a bolo?
Be on the lookout.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah.
Put a bolo out on his fucking dick.
Yeah, maybe a bolo tie on his dick, too.
He did wear, that's funny that you say that. He did wear bolo ties.
Bolo tie, yeah.
Yeah, he was a bolo tie guy.
Big bolo guy.
But it's still unclear how that all happened. Like how they got it back on and like they had to clean all the like grass and dirt and everything off of it. Like how is that
I don't
still
even like to hear about
I
that.
know, but it's like how did that work?
I
After
don't know.
that amount of time?
But he did porn afterwards.
Yeah, so
Starred
it
in
works.
pornography films.
It's on there.
Starred in porns afterwards, yeah.
It looks, I guess it looks a little bit weird. I'm actually really surprised that I haven't checked it out. But I don't like a celebrity porn. Like I haven't seen the Kim Kardashian or
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen
I can't get into it.
I've seen all of them. The only one that's
Paris Hilton, like none of those. I can't.
The Paris Hilton one sucked.
Yeah. Like mostly a lot of the time they suck.
Kim
And so you're just like,
Kardashian was good, and that there's a reason why she became famous after that because it was a good one. We were like, all right, cool, man. The Tommy Lee one with Pamela Anderson was the first one that really exploded onto the scene.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a fucking hammer on him.
Right.
And he was there was one scene where they were driving a boat, and he started honking the boat horn with his dick.
Yeah.
And he was just
yeah,
slamming on the thing.
yeah.
And I was like, Tommy Lee's pretty hilarious.
He was fun. He was fun. He was a fun guy. Yeah.
He's a fun guy with that dick. And they were just rolling around, fucking on yachts.
I think because he
getting his dick
knew.
sucked.
I think he knew it was so aggressive that he had to be kind of playful with it. You know, because otherwise you're like, oh, it's a scary thing.
If you read the Motley Crue biography, Dirt, which is still, again, my end-all be-all favorites of all time, and I've read them all.
I know I got it right in the quiz.
Yes. They talk about how many different people they fuck. Oh, and he was on Your Mom's House the other day with
with his new gal.
Brittany Furlan, yeah. And they were talking about like, hey, is it uncomfortable how many people he's had sex with in his life?
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, she's pretty funny and she's got a good sense of humor about it. And she was like, yeah, dude, it's, what is it, 10,000 or something like, something crazy like that. It's just like, you know what you're getting into with Tommy Lee.
Sure.
It takes that kind of attitude.
Yeah.
Same with Ric Flair's married now. And, it's the same thing. Like if you watched his 30 for 30, you watched it with me.
Yeah.
What
He
did
was
he
definitely
say? 20,000 or something like that. And it was just like, she had a really funny comment afterwards. She put on Twitter. She was like, 20,001 now.
Right. Right.
I'm the one. So you've got to know what you're getting into with that and be like, all right, cool,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Poon hounds. Poons are going to poon, man.
Yeah, when they get to daddy age, though, I think it's a little bit different.
They settle down, yeah?
For sure.
For sure.
If you catch those poon hounds at daddy age, you're good to go.
Yeah, you're good to go because then they're tired.
Sure.
They're exhausted. They don't want to go out to the clubs.
Oh my gosh, they've done it all, seen it all, whatever.
Everything. Now it's just like, hey, man, let's just relax.
Let's get a little dog.
Why is that? Why do they always get a little dog?
I don't know.
It's strange, right?
Easier. You can travel and stuff, as we know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You need a littler dog if you're on the go or if you have a smaller place.
Yeah. So you've never watched one celebrity sex tape? That's
no.
a shocker.
I know. It is a shocker. I'm just not. I may dip into the Bobbitt one. I just only because I have been fascinated with that story forever.
The best one
and even more so now because it's now flipping to where back in the day it used to be like, what a dick, he raped her, blah, blah, blah. And now with the new Lorena doc that came out on, I think, Amazon, you kind of get a different look at her.
Really? She was fucking crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we all
I'm sorry,
that.
but you'd have to be.
Yeah.
You'd have to be. Okay? Like, I know... There's you'd have to be.
Sure.
Again, like there's rage cutting off and like, oh my God, and get away from me. But then there's the idea of like holding and that's how they convict people on different degrees of murder is like all those things after or all the things before. So like it's the cutting off, the rage cut off of your husband's penis, right? Which we can all of us can see happening.
Oh God, are you serious?
Yeah, rage.
You've thought about cutting my penis off at some point.
But then after, do you know what I mean? Being like, oh, fuck, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But she had that moment, calm down. She had that moment and then grabbed it and then had like the plan of like driving and holding it and looking at it and driving for a long way and throwing it in a field and driving back and like was kind of sustained. I mean, the craziness lasted for such a long period of time that you're like, there was something off about her too.
Right.
Not that he was like a great guy, I'm sure.
No, I just kind of figured both of them were pieces of shit.
And it was probably like a toxic relationship. Yeah. Whereas, again, when it first came out, I think it was like 90s, but it was like we were all behind her. It was like, oh, she really just saved herself, da-da-da. She got away with it, whatever.
Yeah.
And now I think we're more like, I think we know now, especially with equal opportunity, that you equally are thought of like as a possible victim and you're equally thought of as a possible predator or crazy person or whatever it is, right?
Yeah. Celebrity sex tape wise, the Tanya Harding one was good, but it was... because it was what you thought. It was on a VCR. It was like on one of those giant
Harding one.
Remember those giant camcorder VCR cameras where you're just like, oh my God, this is exactly as white trash as you thought they were. Like whatever you thought they were, white trash wise, it doubled with that, and you were just like, oh man, this is hilarious.
Okay, and there's something
awesome.
cool. Yeah, there's something cool about some white trash, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it was real like trailer park shit where you're just like, oh my God, dude.
Oh yeah, I could
She was
get
in
down
her
with
wedding
that.
dress and the whole thing. And
I could get down with that for sure.
That one was hilarious. The best one though was that Farrah Abraham chick.
That was the best one?
Yeah, but there's a reason why. It was shopped as a sex tape, but it was professionally done. And it was with James Dean.
Yeah.
And it was just like, come on, man.
Yeah.
This is not a
No, that
sex
wasn't
tape.
like
that was
a leaked sex tape. There's a lot.
That was the nicest, fucking cleanest picture you could ever see. I mean, they had a DP. They had,
Yeah, she's the worst.
Kelvins and all that shit.
The worst. So.
And they did full on anal and everything. Like, it was a big production.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's rare for a celebrity.
Yeah.
Sex tape. It's usually pretty tame.
The weird one was Octomom. Remember her?
Oh,
Yeah. Because you have to take a peek-sees of that because you're like, I want to see where 8 people came out of a vagina,
Do you?
So you pop on down there and you're like,
That's the difference between you and me. You know what I mean?
I didn't want to fuck Willow,
I didn't want to fuck Willow either. I didn't even know what that was at that time.
You wanted to marry him and create a different life together.
No, I just had a crush.
Oh, yeah, Willow crush.
Yeah, but I didn't even know what that meant. Do you know what I mean? One of those where you're like, ah.
You could go to at Jessie Wiseman on Instagram and just hashtag everything Willow. Just put Willow down there and see what she says to that.
I'm with it.
Rate the show. Rate Ross Patterson Revolution on iTunes. Please give it a 5-star and a review. It helps. It pushes it up the charts. We had no idea all these years. And so do that and subscribe on YouTube. Hammer the like button whenever you can on this. That way we can beat the shadow ban that we're currently under. And it's gotten to the point where we've had to hire a YouTube guy. So look out for that. And then me, Yables, and D'Anthony Holloway will be doing news today live. I believe it's either 2 or 2:30. And then tonight, the NFL draft. We'll be with you all night, drinking heavily, enjoying each other's bodies.
I'm sure Jamie's super excited about that.
He hates sports. He hates sports with a passion. So luckily, I think it's just split screen all night, so you're good. We've got some call-ins, but I think it's split screen.
Yeah, I brought some new toys for you.
Yeah, so, won't be terrible. We're getting your favorite food.
It'll
What did you want?
probably be terrible.
What did you want tonight? We're ordering your favorite food.
Stromboli.
Strombolis from where?
It don't matter.
No, you had a place though, and I haven't been there yet. What's the name of it? Elizabeth's. Okay. So
Elizabeth.
That's where we're going tonight.
Strombolis
Yes.
from Elizabeth.
We've promised this for weeks, so I have not been to Elizabeth's. We'll give them a shout out, a Wilmington business.
Okay.
We'll be getting the Stromboli tonight, and I'll let you know. I'll let you know during the draft if it's any good. I'll partake in some.
Okay.
Alec, what do you want?
I don't know.
Food wise, you want a hot dog?
No, I don't want a hot dog.
Well, that guy blew his dick off next to a hot dog stand. I didn't know how into.
I think it's going to be Strombolis
producing
for
it.
everyone.
Strombolis for everyone. Man, I'm amped about tonight. Stick around, kids. We'll be back with you here in about an hour for fake news on Drinkin Bros, and then we will see you tonight. For Jessie Wiseman, a.k.a. The Jables, I'm Ross Patterson. This is The Revolution. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.